smash the like button, and subscribe. Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, I think that we should support him because we're currently engaged in a war with Iran. And if we were to just cut our losses and leave Iran in control of the Strait of Hormuz, Iran would become an oil hegemon. It would force the Middle East countries that export their oil to the Strait of Hormuz to become vassals of Iran. And Iran could undermine our position in Asia Pacific since Japan and the Philippines rely almost exclusively on oil from the Middle East. So we have to escalate this situation and gain control of the Strait of Hormuz. And that may require a draft and send in individuals like yourself to fight and die for America's interests.
Why not you?
Well, I'm 48. I served in the military when I was in my youth.
Oh, well, we can send you back.
Yeah, but old people don't fight as well as young
No,
people like
I'm not
yourself.
gonna get in. I'm not gonna go to the war. I'm gonna dodge the draft like Trump. I'll have bone spurs magically spawn up, and I'll make sure
Sure,
to go
yeah,
to
you
I'll
can
make
make
sure to go
that
to a
claim. Yeah, yeah.
doctor that's good friends with my dad.
That's fine. I mean, if you can get that done, kudos for you. But I think we do need to send American boys to go fight and possibly die for our interest in
I
the
think you're
Iran, because we
trolling too.
cannot leave Iran as an all
Why would
hegemon
you
of the
why
world.
would you why would you bring it up in that context? You want to send people to possibly die? Like, why would you bring it up in that context? Why wouldn't you say just like, oh, we want to send the military to complete this objective? Why would you say to possibly die? That's what it sounds like you're trolling.
Well, because I mean that's the reality of the situation. If we send troops to invade or take control of the Strait of Hormuz, it's probably going to result in Americans dying.
Yeah, but like, why do you think that we should do that? I don't think that we should be going to war with Iran. I think the Strait of Hormuz is closed because of Trump going to war with Iran. It
We're
wouldn't
in
be.
war
Do you think the
now.
war was the Strait of Hormuz closed prior to the war?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so then isn't that like good reason to believe that Trump's causing the conditions to be worse, not better?
Yeah, this war is not going well. I agree with you.
Okay, so then like, if he's not meeting our objectives, why do you support him?
You know, when we fought at the beginning of World War II, the U.S. lost the Philippines, were kicked out of a lot of islands, and there was the Bataan Death March, which many Americans died because the U.S. Because the Japanese soldiers bayoneted to death. So in the beginning of World War II, things were not going great. Kind of like how things are not going great now. But that doesn't mean that in World War II we just threw up our hands and said, "Well, I guess that's it, guys. It's not going well, so we should give up."
Well, like we
We
were
need to
attacked first in
escalate.
that circumstance. It doesn't make sense to start this war. We started this war with Iran.
Okay, so because they didn't attack us, we should just allow Iran to be an all hegemon and control and become a center of world power.
I mean, I don't think that we should go to war with them. Yeah. I don't think that
Oh,
they're going to
so
be
you
becoming
want
like
them
a
to become
complete
an all,
hegemon within the way that you're referencing. I think that the way,
well,
if
they
you
would
want to
be an all
respond to that in
hegemon.
terms of who controls global electricity, I think that,
They would
can you
control
please listen to
20%
me,
of
or
the
am I going to have
world.
to mute you to be able to speak on my stream?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done speaking. Go ahead.
No, I was still speaking. So, like, if we
Okay,
want
go
to
ahead.
address like foreign oil and the continued dependency on foreign oil, why don't we build up renewable energy production and increase the technological advancement relating to that, so that we can actually meaningfully address the needs for electricity in the future at lower costs and be able to subvert the use of the oil distribution around the world in order to be able to control people.
Right. That takes time. We wouldn't be able to do that on the turn of a dime. Our allies, which would help us if, for example, China invaded Taiwan, would be the Philippines and Japan, and are not, and they are completely dependent on oil. So we can't force them to, do these things that you talk about, renewable energies at that fast of a pace that it would make a difference right now. The
So
the,
you're
the
saying that
world
this is
is as
relevant
it
because
is
of the
now.
war with Taiwan?
Well, I mean, it's all kind of related as far as our interests go. So if
Um,
we get
I mean, I don't see that to be a relevant factor. And I
so
do
how
think
is
that
that
they're in a
not?
worse off situation, specifically by trying to get Iran involved with this. Say that there was a war with Taiwan. How do you know that Iran would get involved in that? Well, now you do, because Trump has caused these situations and caused them to get closer with each other. But prior to this, you didn't know that they would close the Strait of Hormuz to be able to negatively impact the Philippines, so that we had less of an ability to be able to defend Taiwan. Plus, the main defense for Taiwan isn't the Philippines, it's literally the U.S. So the U.S. might be able to utilize the Philippines as a base specifically for its conduct, but it's not going to be the Philippines in of itself. So the argument specifically that because the Strait of Hormuz would be closed, that would limit our ability to specifically to address these conditions within a war in terms of a front with Taiwan. Well, one, it would make no sense that that would be happening in the first place, and two, right, even in the condition that that's happening, it's going to be the U.S.'s use of force, not the Philippines in the scenario, that would make the difference.
Uh, yeah, right. So we have bases in the Philippines, which would allow us to project power more quickly. if China were to invade Taiwan, if China ends up conquering Taiwan, they would own 90% of the chips that are required for like our military and
So then you
running
support the
our
Chips and Science
society.
Act.
So we need to do everything to prevent China from doing that. It's in America's interest to keep things as they are now
Do you
in
think they
China
should be a
and
part of
not
NATO?
allow them to conquer Taiwan. Did
Do
you
you
ask
think
me something?
Taiwan should be a part of NATO?
No, no. Well, who knows? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, that would cause
Okay.
probably some issues there with China.
Okay, so
I
then
think
how
the
do you
status
prevent it?
quo is fine with. I think the
Are you
status.
saying that we're
We
gonna have
don't
to
need
go to
to go
war
that
with it
far.
with
We
China
just
or
need to
something?
keep it as it is now.
Keep it as it is now doesn't mean we go to war with Iran. I don't understand your point.
Well, you were suggesting that we should make it part of NATO. We don't need to go that far. We just need to keep it as it is now.
No, I
We
wasn't
need to keep the
suggesting
status
that. I was
quo there.
asking you if that's your position.
No, when did I mention NATO?
You never did. I'm asking if that's your position. Like
No,
what?
that's not my position.
Okay, that's all I was asking. Jesus. Okay, can you like engage with my points though? Like what is the point of going to war with Iran because of some possible war with Taiwan in the future, which by the way, this war with Iran doesn't even allow for us to prevent a war with Taiwan in the future.
So it's related. I'm saying it's related. It's not the same thing. I'm not saying that Iran is going to start at us in the Pacific. That's not my argument. My argument is that we cannot leave Iran in control of the Strait of Hormuz. We need to escalate. That may require us to send boots to the ground to take control of the strait. Because if we cut our losses now and leave them as an oil hegemon, then that would make them a center of world power. They could make a ton of money off that. They can fund their military at an enormous clip, and that would not be good for us because they literally hate us, probably for good reasons. Because we have tried to overthrow them. We did, Operation Ajax, Mossadegh, the Shah of Iran. It is what it is. They don't like us. They probably will never like us, and it is not good to have an oil hegemon that controls 20% of the oil to be mad at us because they can f with us pretty badly.
Well, they're effing with us to the maximum they were, and they wouldn't have done that if we didn't go to war with them. So I don't understand the point there. You say that, oh, they can use this
Well,
position to make money. Okay, they're already using the position to make money. They
right,
were
but
already doing that. So what's
there's a,
different? None of that makes sense to go to war with them because of.
we're at war with them now. What are you talking
But that
about?
doesn't make sense to go to war with them because of that. You're not understanding.
We're at war now. We're at war now. There's just a ceasefire, but we're still doing stuff. We're still blockading them. It's just a pause.
Yeah, I don't
If
know
we
why
if
you're
we
acting like
if we
I said
don't
we're not.
if we don't escalate, if we leave them in control of the strait, that would not be good for the United States.
Okay, so we should be there forever.
No, we should militarily defeat them.
Okay, so how are you going to do that?
Probably a ground invasion. Probably.
When's that
We're
going to
going to
happen?
probably have to institute a draft and send individuals like yourself to fight and possibly die for the United States.
Nope, not going to do that.
That's fine. You might not do that, but there's plenty of people that will.
Yeah, I say we send you. I don't care that you're
Well,
48. I think you should be front lines.
I serve my country. Have you served your country?
I've served my country in this way. I don't think we should be going to war.
Yeah, you think being on TikTok is serving your country?
Yes.
You're a little delusional. This is called
I
delusional.
don't think it's the same as serving your country through the context of the military, but I
Yeah,
think it's a
it's
way
not
of serving your
being
country.
on TikTok and arguing with people is not the same as is giving 4 years of your life training
Did
for
I ever
war
say it was
for
the
the United
same?
States. Yes, you did. You
No, I
literally
didn't.
did that. You equated it. You said, "This is me serving my country."
It
That is
is.
not the same thing as someone who serves in the military.
I never said
Don't
it was the
listen.
exact same as as
It's
someone
not
serving
the
in the military,
same
but
at
it is
all.
serving the country.
It's not
Do you
the
think
same at
you can
all.
serve the country in different ways?
It's not the same at all. Don't try to
Do you
equate it.
think I never do you think you can serve the country in different ways?
Sure, of course.
Okay, so shut the
was I'm serving my country by doing this. You're
Yeah,
not serving
that
the
is
country
serving
by
the
doing
country.
this. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You're being on TikTok and arguing with people
Yes,
about
this is serving the country in the
about
way in which I
political
am. I think
issues
this is
is
serving the country.
not serving your country on the
Yes, it
same
is.
level as someone who
I never
takes
said it was on
four
the
or
same
5 years of
level.
their lives and goes and fights for their country.
I never
Don't
said it was the same
have a
level.
little sympathy. Don't skirt the
How
stolen
about stop being
valor
a
line,
dishonest
okay?
prick?
Because you're sounding like stolen valor. Okay?
Stop
It's
being
not
a
the same
dishonest
thing.
piece of shit. Like genuinely. Like I never said it was the same. I never once made that claim. I just
You
said
were
that this is me
implying it.
serving the country.
You were implying it. You were
No, I
strongly
wasn't.
implying it's the same thing.
No, I
And it's
wasn't.
not.
Okay, you want to stop complaining about it? You're the one who supports going to war. How about you go to war yourself? I'm not going to war for that shit. That's stupid. I don't want other Americans to go die in a war that you want to send them to do for no good reason at all. I think that's sick as that you're okay with U.S. service members dying like that and being
So you
forced
rather
into those
have
conditions.
Iran, you
Go
rather
go
have
fuck
Iran
yourself.
as a,
Seriously.
you rather have Iran as an oil hegemon. You think that's good for the
I
world?
think I think it's preferable than going to war with them. And by the way, when you say oil hegemon, oil's not going to be around for the longest time ever. In 100 years, how is oil going to be the dominant energy source for the world? It's not.
Yeah, they
In a
can
hundred
bankrupt.
years, it will not be the dominant energy source.
Sure, and maybe bullets won't matter in 100 years, but they matter now.
What's the point? What
That
can they
means that
do?
we have
What
to
can they
deal. We
do?
have to live. We have to live in this world
What are they
now,
going to do?
not in a
Tell me.
hundred
What are
years.
they going to do?
Well, they can bankrupt. They can destroy economies. If, for example, Japan. Let's
How?
take Japan as example. If Japan is, which is a U.S. ally, and we have strategic interests there, and they're literally going to be our ally if a war between us and China break out. If Iran can prevent oil from going to Japan, how are
Are
they
they
going to
not
fight if
doing
they
that
don't
right
have
now?
oil? If they don't have jet fuel, how are they going to get their
Sir, are
F-35s
they
in the
not
air?
doing that right now?
Yes, yeah,
So
of
then shut
course.
the up.
So they have they have reserves, right? They're going to run out
Japan didn't
eventually.
get completely destroyed. What are you talking about? It's happening right
It's
now.
only we've only
It's
been
happening
through
because
about
of
a
Trump's
month.
war with Iran.
It's only been about a month. They're going to run out of
You're
reserves.
like, oh my God, they could do this one thing that they're doing right now because Trump caused them to do it. They're doing that because of Trump. I don't understand.
We're in a bad position right now. I agree with you. That's been my argument. That because since we started, this is not going good. I even gave you the example of us getting kicked out of the Philippines in World War II as an analogy. I agree with you. Things are not good now, but that doesn't mean we throw up our hands and give up. That means we escalate. We have to get control of the Strait of Hormuz, or we are fucked.
In which, if
Long
what that
term,
means is that we're
not
always
today,
going to be
not
involved in
tomorrow,
Iran.
not next week, but in about 6 months, we're gonna be fucked.
And what makes you think that?
They are controlling the flow of oil, 20% of the
Yeah,
oil
they've already
of the
stopped it.
world,
So then what's going
of
to
the
change?
world.
So what's going to change in
Well,
the
if
next
we
six
take
months?
control of the Strait of Hormuz, there'll be free transit
Oh
of
my God.
oil through
I'm
the
going to
Strait
ask
of
the
Hormuz.
question one more time. What is going to change now in 6 months from now?
Well, if we leave things as is, it's going to affect the ability of our ally Japan, for example, to go to war with us if China decides to take Taiwan, because they're not going to have jet fuel.
So can't the U.S. sell fuel to Japan?
Sure, yeah, they can do that. Yeah, but do you think so? You think we can provide all the oil that Japan needs for its economy
Isn't that
plus
what
its
Trump
military?
claims?
We can't do that.
That's what Trump claims we can do.
I don't think he said that. He said people can buy oil, but
Plus, you say,
don't you
how
think
are
we
they going to
we
help
need
us
our
defend
oil too?
Taiwan? I don't think they would be the main defenders of Taiwan. I think it would be the U.S.
Sure, but they would be our extremely important ally to repel that attack.
Okay. But like
That's part of
I
our.
just don't see this whole thing of we need to go to war with Iran for the Strait of Hormuz because inevitably the Strait of Hormuz could be used against us in the future to prevent Japan from being able to have the fuel necessary to be able to help us in the war with Taiwan. What you're not understanding though is that again you are literally creating conditions where Iran and China are more likely to be on the same side because of the conditions of us going to war with Iran in the first place. And
Okay,
also, by the way, if
I've
the
already
if
granted you that. It's
you
not.
you
It's
say,
we're
oh,
not in a
we're gonna go
position
control the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, why don't we go do that right now? Why isn't Trump sending troops?
because it's not because of individuals like yourself that have convinced many that it's not worth dying for your country and for
Based,
its interest.
based. You're saying that individuals such as myself are preventing Trump from going boots on the ground? W's. Are you serious? You just gave me so much credit. It's unbelievable. I myself am helping prevent Trump from literally doing something like that. That means
Well,
I'm
not you
doing
yourself.
something. That means I'm doing something very effective. And your whole point of, oh, you're not serving your country in any meaningful way, that sounds like I'm serving the country in a very meaningful way, buddy.
Well, yeah, to diminish our country, yes, you are doing a
That's not
very good job of
diminishing the
that.
country. That's saving
But
American
you're
lives
doing a
under
very good job
that's
of
you just
diminishing
said I
American
saved
power.
American lives.
Yeah, you're doing a very good job of diminishing our standing in
That
the
doesn't
world
diminish
and
our
our
standing at all.
ability
I think
to
I promote our
protect our
standing in
economic
in the
interests.
world to a greater extent than
I
you do.
congratulate you. You're right. You are doing a very good job doing that.
Yeah, I'm doing a great
Yeah,
job.
you are what are called a domestic enemy. That's what
How
you
am I
are.
a domestic enemy?
Well, like I said, you are doing a very good job of hurting America's interests by convincing people that it is not worth dying for America's interests in the international
These aren't
So read my.
America's interests. These are the
Yes,
interests
it
of
is.
Trump. These are the interests of neocons. These are the interests of oil companies, and these are the interests of defense contractors, not the
Yeah,
average American.
say that to yourself
You
next
you
time you
no
fill
no
up
you
your
keep telling
gas,
your do you sleep good at
your
night
gas tank
knowing that
with
Americans will die
gasoline.
because of your foreign policy?
Yeah, tell that
Think
to
of the
yourself
spaghetti.
next
Think of the
time.
galaxy. No, do you sleep good at night knowing that Americans are dead because of your policies?
Tell that to yourself in a few months from now when gas is $10 a gallon. Tell that
It's
to
not
yourself.
going to be
Let's
ten
see how
dollars a
much. Let's
gallon
see how
because of
much you.
Democratic policy.
Let's
It
see
would
if
be
you
ten
believe
dollars a
that
gallon
your
because of
views
Trump's war
are
with
helping
Iran.
America, because that's what's going to happen unless we take the Strait of Hormuz. Okay.
So you're saying that Trump's war with Iran will cause gas prices to go up to $10?
If we don't escalate and do a ground invasion and take control of the Strait of Hormuz, yes, the
Oh, so
gas will
Trump's
go
war
up to
with
10.
Iran will cause gas prices to go up to $10. Good job.
Well, not if we take the Strait of Hormuz, then they'll
But
come back
there's
down
no
because
good
that's just
evidence
free
that we're going to do that in
navigation.
the first place. And why don't you enlist then? I don't give a shit. You're 48 years old. Go enlist.
I've said this 4 times already. In
Enlist
my
back.
youth, when I
Enlist
was
back.
your
I want
age,
you on the front lines. I
when
don't
I
give a
was
shit. You're 48.
when I was your age, I had the courage to serve my country in the military, unlike
Okay?
you.
Okay. Do you want a cookie? Go back. You want to go to war with Iran? You want this war to happen? Go back.
It's not a
Front
matter of
lines.
it's not a matter of having to do it. It's like an
Front lines.
operation.
I want you on the
No
front
one
lines, my
wants
guy.
when someone has a medical issue. Do you think they want to go to the hospital?
I
They
want
don't.
you to go to
But you
the front
have to
lines
do
right
it.
now, bud.
You have to do it
I
because it's
want
what's
you on the
best.
front lines.
I was infantry. What are you talking about?
Well, I want you
Yeah.
to be on the front lines again. Romo
No.
for the
Okay.
front lines.
So
Can we
you
get
want
some
me to
Romo
you
for
want me to
front lines in the
do
comment section,
you want me
everybody?
to serve
Romo for front line.
you want me to serve for you too? You
Romo
want me
for
to
front
serve
line.
you want me to take your
This
spot
isn't
as
for me.
well?
This is for the oil
Okay.
companies, the
So
defense contractors in Israel.
when I was young, I answered the call. How about you do that?
Well, I'm not going to fight a war for the state of Israel and for the oil companies and for the defense contractors. I'm not dying for that. That's
Well, look,
absolutely horrible. Romo front line.
I
Romo
might
front line.
I'll
Romo front
concede
line, actually.
I'll concede
Romo to
I'll
the front
concede
line, actually.
I'll
Romo
go
for
I will
front line, actually.
I
Romo
will I
for
will
the first to the front line, actually. Romo for front line.
I
Romo,
will
get back to
concede
work. Front line,
that
Romo, get a
I
job.
don't like the fact
Romo,
that Israel's
Romo, get a
involved in
front
this,
line, actually.
but at this point,
Romo, get on the front
it's the
line.
character of the war has
I
changed.
want you right there. An American patriot would be on the front line. If you're not on the front line, you're not an American patriot, Romo. Did you lose your patriotic
There's
nature for this country? Actually,
there's many people who would answer the call. I know you
oh,
would
why
answer
not
that.
you?
There
Why
are a
not
lot of
you? Why don't
people
you?
your
Apparently
age,
not Trump. Apparently not Trump either.
you know, just as
How do you feel about Trump
as
dodging the draft on
patriotic
three
as
separate
me
occasions?
that would answer the
Yeah,
call.
answer this question. How do you feel about Trump dodging the draft on three separate occasions?
I mean, I was a military person, so I don't respect that.
Oh, okay. How do you feel about that he called veterans suckers and losers?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, he says a lot of dumb shit.
Oh, and you still support him?
There's a difference between
He
what
called you
people
a
say.
sucker and a loser. How do you feel
There's
about
a
that?
difference between America's interests and what a politician says. You know that, right?
You know that you're supporting this guy because you think he's in accordance with American interests?
Well, this is America's interest to have the Strait
It's
of Hormuz,
not.
to have that control of the Strait of Hormuz. It is.
It's not
It
in
is.
our interest to go send military service members to die for something that we don't even know we're going to have control over and that we'll have to stay there forever to have control over. And it's literally just for oil companies, not even for our interests, right?
It is
Our
for our
interests
interest.
would be specifically in building up other forms of energy that Donald Trump's actually defunding, by the way. Eric, thank
Unless
you
you
so much for the
want to
Viking Hammer.
pay,
Thank you very much.
unless you want to pay $200 to fill up your tank of gas, then yes,
Oh,
it
I'm
is in our
actually,
interest.
I'm actually almost double in how much it costs right now because Trump's in office.
And it's gonna get worse if we don't get
Dude, I
control
literally
of the Strait of
spent
Hormuz.
$66 on gas yesterday for a
Yeah,
full
and it's gonna
tank.
get way worse
That's
if
crazy.
Iran.
You want to know who that's because of? Trump.
Yeah, I
That's
already
because of
said.
Trump.
I already
Trump
said
started
like
this
five
war with
times.
Iran.
It's not going well right now. It's not going well. I agree with you. That's why we need to escalate.
Yeah, so no, we should not be going to war with Iran. Makes no sense. Trump caused this situation. Now you're doing
Yes,
tricks on
he
it to
did.
pay $200 for gas.
Okay, I agree with you. Where we diverge is that you want to throw up your hands and say, "F- it, we shouldn't have with them," and I'm saying no, we can't leave it
Yeah,
like
I'm saying
this.
that we
We
shouldn't have
need to
done that in the
escalate.
very first place. It was stupid.
Maybe so, but we're in it now. We have to get a result that's in
No,
our
we do not
interest.
need to go send boots on the ground for American service members to die,
I
literally
mean, if we can
for the
get it
Strait
through
of
a
Hormuz to be
negotiation,
open. Like, come on, the Strait of if
sure.
we stop going to
If we
war
can
with
get it through a
Iran, I think they're going
negotiation,
to
that would
open
be
the Strait.
best.
If we stop going to war with Iran, they're going to open up the Strait of Hormuz because they want to make more money. Simple.
Yeah, yeah, and they would determine who gets
Simple.
oil
And you
and
want
who
to know how
doesn't.
I know that's true? Because when we weren't at war with them, they were doing that because it was profit maximizing. So how about you get your head out of your ass and realize the Strait of Hormuz would be open if Trump literally didn't start this war?
Well, I guess we have far different understandings of human nature. They're not going to give up that power. If you think that they're going to give up that power now that they have it to charge a toll and determine who gets oil or not,
I
and they're just
appreciate the
going to give
tundra.
it
They
up.
weren't charging a toll
You know,
before.
you have a
They
very
weren't charging a
idealistic
toll
view.
before.
You have a very idealistic view of
This
religious
isn't
zealots.
idealistic. You have an idealistic view. You think that through military action we're going to create better conditions when historically speaking it's led to worse conditions within the Middle East for us to engage in military action.
So when they're screaming "Mag Bar America," which means "Death to America" in Farsi, you think they're gonna be cool with us after this? After we kill their supreme
What
leader?
caused those conditions in the first place? Is it
We
is
did.
it U.S. military intervention? Is it
Yes.
us literally
Absolutely.
overthrowing a democratically elected leader, reinstating a military dictatorship, which led to a
Yeah, yeah.
revolution, which
So once
inevitably
we
speaking was radicalized specifically by radical Islam? Right, so
right,
radical
I'm
Islam
talking
is
about
prevalent
how
within the country right now because of the fact that the U.S. militarily intervened itself in the very first place.
yes, yeah, absolutely. I'm talking about how the world is, not how it should be, and they're
I
not going to
just
be okay with
described how
that
the world
if
is.
they are in control of the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, I understand. But you understand that our involvement has led to these conditions. Our
Yes,
involvement will not better the conditions.
yes, and this goes back all the way to Operation Ajax when we overthrew Mossadegh.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but that's the way it is. We have to accept the world for how it is, not how we would like it to be.
Yeah, but we have to acknowledge how things happened in order to know how to undo them.
How can we undo the Operation Ajax? What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about. I'm not saying undo the operation. I'm saying undo the effects on our society that inevitably caused these situations in the first place. Like what caused these situations? Military intervention on behalf of the U.S. Why do you think then that military intervention on behalf of the U.S. will make conditions better? It won't. We have history that indicates it made things worse, did not make things better. So this whole argument you're making of, oh, you know what, maybe this time, if we just send U.S. military service members to go die and we draft American citizens to go die in a foreign country for oil companies, maybe then it will lead to better conditions after we've been doing that for the past 25 years. And we've had no benefits.
We might have no choice, man. We might have no
Oh
choice.
my God,
It is
shut
what
the
it is.
up with this. We have no choice bullshit. That's total bullshit. Total war propaganda. What do you mean we have no choice? They didn't
We
attack
can't
us.
leave them
This isn't
in
us responding
control
after they attacked us.
of the
This
Strait
is
of
literally
Hormuz.
us attacking them first.
Yeah, life's unfair. What are you talking? International politics is brutal. I don't know
Do you
if
see how he
realize
like doesn't actually engage with anything I meaningfully say? You're
I
like,
mean,
oh,
you're
I'm
just
just
saying.
talking about how the world is right now. I'm not talking about like what we could have done otherwise or like what would have been better to do.
You're just going on a litany of woe of all these horrible things we did to them. I
Yeah,
agree
yeah,
with
these
you.
are
Have
horrible
we
things
been
that we
nice
did.
to people in the world? No, you're right. But that doesn't mean that we just give them the Strait of Hormuz now.
And we're not giving it to them. They already had it, dude. What are you talking
Not
about?
in this way. Not in this way. Not where they're putting holes.
What does that even
where
mean?
where they're landing missiles on the side of tankers. They weren't doing it like this.
Okay. So you said, oh, they just didn't control it like this. Well, it's because we started a war with them. You know that, right?
Yes, I agree. Okay, are we gonna go over this 10 times? So
So
what?
yeah,
I agree with you.
yeah. I don't know why we have to keep doing it.
Because we can't leave it like this. We have to take control of it.
I understand you keep saying that. You want to say it again? I don't think everyone in the back heard you. Do you want to move on to something else, or do you want to keep repeating the same bullshit that I've already responded to multiple times?
No, that's it. No, that was everything I wanted.
That's
to
what I
talk about.
thought.
I'll drop that.
Nothing? You're just gonna leave? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was my only point. I mean, what do you want me to do?
You don't have any other care. Like, is there anything Trump
Well,
could do
sure.
that
I
would get?
mean, my
Is there
my
anything
dog.
Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
My dog has been sleeping a lot today, and it's worrying me. You want to talk about that?
Is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
If we lose this war, I would stop supporting him because he is responsible for it. In the end of the day, he's the commander in chief. He made the decision. The buck stops with him. If we don't escalate and get control of the Strait of Hormuz, I would not support him anymore.
Okay.
He
Alrighty.
needs to do. He needs to do.
Alrighty.